whole plan. Lay your ass down for like 3 seconds. Damn, your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now. It's the franchise where I'm shining now. You can't see me, my time is now. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. 5 pound comic bloody bass, 10 hands with a gold tee. This a war dance, a victory step. My raw stance is a gift to you, and sent to my rep.
Please take your seats. We have a wonderful program set up for you this morning. Our speakers today include our undergraduate and graduate valedictorians, Patrick Chen and Joseph Gonzalez, as well as our keynote speaker, Ms. Marissa Torres, and our department head, Dr. Keister Baird. We would also like to welcome the newest addition to the department, Dr. Jingjing Hui. Dr. Jingjing Hui got her bachelor's degree in chemical engineering, Xiamen University in 2010. She received her PhD at the University of Florida in 2015. She moved from east and west until finally joining the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry of San Francisco State University in August of 2018. Her group conducts research in solid inorganic materials synthesis and electrochemistry. And we have been very fortunate to have her as one of our professors. Please clap for her. We would also like to recognize the newest dean at SFSU, Dr. Carmen Domingo. Dr. Carmen Domingo has been appointed the Dean of San Francisco State University's College of Science and Engineering, COSE. She has been the interim dean since August 2017 and a faculty member of the Department of Biology since 1997. She's the first woman ever to be appointed to this position. Let us all give her a big round. So give her another round of applause.
Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. It really is a pleasure to be here and to celebrate such an important day for you graduates. I want to thank the CPSA for inviting us. It's truly an honor. So, bienvenidos a todos. Welcome to the 2019 San Francisco State Chemistry Department graduation. Felicidades a la clase de 219. Congratulations to the class of 2019. Graduates, this day is to celebrate your accomplishments. You did it. Our ceremony today represents years of hard work. You studied hard, you conducted research, you worked in clinics, you worked in many jobs to help fund your way through college. You took classes in math, physics, biochemistry, and lots of chemistry, among other classes. It was tough, but you are now graduating. Importantly, you brought your passion, your interests, your views, and your concerns for the world with you. Some of you volunteered in clinics to serve those in need. Some of you volunteered in classrooms to share your passion for chemistry and inspire the next generation to love science. Some of you conducted research to answer difficult and fundamental questions in science. All of you had opportunities to grow and develop your skills and knowledge. And although you are graduating today, you're not done with learning. This is just the beginning. You have learned how to learn. You've developed the necessary skills to learn how to ask the right questions. You now know what tools you need to answer those questions. And most importantly, I hope that you leave San Francisco State with a thirst of knowledge, as we need to solve many pressing issues, such as healthcare, climate change, poverty, food and water scarcity, and sadly, many world conflicts. With that said, the career path in front of you is very exciting. Some say we're entering the fourth industrial revolution, which is bringing together fields such as nanotechnology, biotechnology, genetic engineering, quantum computing, synthetic biology, tailored therapeutics, artificial intelligence systems in such a way that's going to transform the way we live. The center of this revolution is right here in the San Francisco Bay Area. These technologies are poised to open up entire new fields of study and employment opportunities that never existed before. These positions will be driven by highly skilled individuals trained in the sciences. The four most important skills that will be in demand are complex problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, and people management skills. SF State Chemistry and Biochemistry graduates, you are prepared to enter this new era. You learned how to critically think and problem solve. You're creative. You learned how to work as a team with people from different cultures and perspectives. Importantly, you did this at San Francisco State, where our educational mission is strongly aligned with social justice and inclusion of all people. This educational training in chemistry and biochemistry has made you change agents. Use your training to provide solutions in healthcare, climate change, poverty, food and water scarcity, and conflict resolution. You will make the world a better place. As you move among other college graduates and chemists and biochemists, remember where you came from and those that helped you along the way. The instructors that stayed after class to answer those extra questions, the faculty who mentored you through your research projects, the friends that helped you work through a tough problem, all of your supporters that helped make your dreams come true. And when you can, pay it forward. Help fund scholarships and provide future job opportunities to future San Francisco State students. Together, we can build a strong community of change agents that will meld together their scientific knowledge with a drive for social justice to build a socially responsible planet that respects and preserves our natural resources. In closing, thank you all for your hard work and dedication to your studies. We are truly proud of your accomplishments, and I wish you much success as you embark on the next stage of your very exciting careers. Congratulations and felicidades to the class of 2019.
Thank you, Dr. Mingo, for that speech. We would also, Each year, we also honor the valedictorian, and it's awarded to students who not only excel in the classroom, but students that show great dedication in all areas of their field. We'd first like to begin by welcoming our valedictorian undergraduate studies to the stage. Please give a round of applause for 2019's undergraduate valedictorian, Patrick Chen.
Thank you so much. Good morning, family, friends, professors, and fellow graduates. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming here today. My name is Patrick Chen, and I'm truly honored to speak to you. Congratulations, graduating class of 2019. We worked hard these past 4 years to get to where we are today. We learned all that we possibly could about chemistry and biochemistry, and hopefully science in general. We had our fears and anxieties about what college would be like, but at the same time, we were excited about new challenges and experiences. I'd like to take a moment to thank the people who have helped us achieve our goals and accomplishments. I'd like to thank our professors and family for furthering our education. It's impossible to count all the ways that they have helped us. I would especially like to thank Dr. George Gassner for not only being a fantastic mentor to me, but also a great role model. Thank you, George Gassner. speech, I took inspiration from one of the most prominent scientists who I heard about. When asked about what makes science great, Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson says, the very nature of science is discoveries, and the best of those discoveries are the ones you don't expect. Yes, science is about discoveries. There will always be people who are curious about things. This is why science will always satisfy the small child inside of us who constantly asks, why? The day we declared ourselves as chemistry and biochemistry majors, we did not know what to expect, much like life itself. It was not until we worked in a lab with our professor that we began to understand the process of what was going on. In our junior or senior years, some of us spent many late nights trying to set up experiments in the lab. Even though we spent so much time ensuring our experiments were correct, the results were not always accurate. Over time, we learned valuable lessons from each of our failures, and we used those failures to attain more positive results. Speaking of challenges, class of 2019, pat yourself on the back. We all survived organic chemistry. How challenging was that? We survived and those feeling totally lost and confused. However, our determination and willingness to succeed paid off. We learned not to give up. We learned to say, I can do this. We never stop pushing ourselves. We can apply what we have learned today through these difficult times to the times in our lives when we need to face challenging situations. San Francisco State University, our alma mater, has provided us with the opportunity to grow as individuals and scientists. I am incredibly fortunate to have met many friends here. Thank you, my fellow classmates, for your friendship and the good times. Remember Senior Seasick? I'm sure we'll never forget about the food truck that came on our campus about every 2 weeks and sitting around eating monster hamburgers and crunchy burritos. Those were some good burritos. I would be remiss if I did not thank my parents for believing in me and the encouragement I received from them. To my mom, thank you for all the things that you've done for me and for being someone I can talk to. I am forever grateful. Thank you, Mom. For all of us, this is a tremendous moment and proud event to celebrate. Now, as we go forward to begin a new journey in our lives, I leave you with the inspiring words of Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson that I quoted earlier. The very nature of science is discoveries, and the best of those discoveries are the ones you don't expect. Congratulations once again, class of 2019. May we remember the lessons that chemistry and biochemistry have taught us, and I wish for all of us some amazing unexpected discoveries. Let's be trailblazers for future generations. Now, may we all go forward toward our dream. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Patrick. We believe that here at SF State, there is a unique opportunity for students to work closely with instructors to pursue their interests. We also have a lot of hardworking graduate students that are doing a lot of interesting work. One of those students is Joseph Gonzalez. Please help me in welcoming our 2019 graduate valedictorian, Joseph Gonzalez, to the stage.
Congratulations, class of 2019. We have made it. Yeah. We are here. And for some, we barely survived. First, I would like to thank the CBSA organization for this wonderful ceremony and for selecting a gorgeous, gorgeous venue. This is beautiful. Thank you for all the effort and support. It is greatly appreciated. I would also like to thank the wonderful professors within the chemistry and biochemistry department. I have had the good fortune of experiencing the passion that they share for science within the classroom as well as within the labs over my undergrad career and now my master's career. The professors are the most welcoming and encouraging, empathetic, caring, and engaging group that really enables success for the students. I've always felt great support as I've gone through the academic adventure. Their doors have always been open to discuss everything from science, career opportunities, and providing great mentorship on how to maneuver through this journey. I also have to give a special thanks to my PI, Dr. Wu. He has been there with me for the last 4 years, and he's seen me grow academically and also within the lab. He has allowed me to learn from my mistakes, and he's always provided great support when I really needed it. It has been truly a blessing to have you as my PI, and I am very grateful that you're such an amazing person. You know, you're very loving and caring for all the students, and I know everyone who's been in his lab and is currently in his lab can appreciate you. So thank you. Lastly, I would like to thank my family and my partner for always supporting me within the last couple years, as you have all seen me go through the struggle and gone through my development. I have experienced over the past few years. Without your love and support, I would not be able to do what I do, and I'm very grateful to have you all in my life. I hope that I can continue to make you proud and continue to reciprocate the love and support that you have given me over the past couple years. And for my parents my whole life, right? I love you all. I would also like to thank all the other families that have supported their children on their journey of life, as it can be a very complex one, and really something all about probability, but in such life is a beautiful gift. Once again, I would like to thank all the professors for their hard work, all the great families that they provided, all the support for us, and CBSA for making this ceremony such a beautiful and memorable one, so thank you. Now I would like to take the next moments to address the students. This moment in your life is now another chapter that closes for the next one to open. This is another step, another tool, and hopefully another direction in your journey. You may be feeling relief that you get to bring closure to this part of your life, but then for others, specifically those going into a PhD program or medical school, maybe even law school, you're gonna be okay, okay? It's gonna be another journey, and I just want you to know it's gonna be all right. You might cry a few times, and that is okay. My girlfriend just finished her first year of law school, and so I got to experience a couple of crying sessions the last couple of months. Sometimes I question, should I be crying with her? Is that the proper way to support her? I don't know. But no matter what the challenge may be, what you may face, remember all the qualities you possess, such as the patience you have had to help you obtain what you have accomplished today. And remember how resilient and determined you have been to reach your goal. The two greatest skills that I believe are necessary to be successful, and that I have become more consciously aware of within myself, is discipline and optimism. Discipline because the foundation that you will build to achieve your success is based on how disciplined you are. No matter how difficult it may get, no matter how bad you want to give up, you're still going to wake up every day, you're going to go back into that lab, you're going to go back into the library, you're going to go back into your workplace, and you're going to continue to push forward. You will continue to stick to your principle. Optimism is key. It will lead you to continue to move forward. Optimism will refuel your hope and your motivation. It is within these difficult times that you truly get to see what you're made of. It is in these pivotal points in your life that will break you as an individual and then convert you. These are the defining moments that dictate your direction in life. Now, it will be painful to experience, but embrace these moments, because these are the moments that you need. These experiences will give you tremendous growth, knowledge, and wisdom. These moments are painful, and these moments bring discomfort, but that may very well be because we are experiencing something that's brought on by something that's greater than you and I. It may be something from the universe, but it's a gift, and that gift was made to change who you are. 2 years ago, I was graduating in this same department with my bachelor's degree, and Dr. Bayard gave a very important message, and I hope he's not delivering the same message today, because one, I already heard it, and two, I'm going to spoil it, so sorry in advance. And his philosophy is one that I absolutely agree with, and is that you may be feeling unsure with what you want to do right now in your life. Now that you have graduated, you may be feeling slightly lost because of the fact that you've been so focused on your academic work and you haven't thought that far ahead in time. Now it's come. Whatever may be the case, remember to continue to move forward and push, because there is no guarantee. There is a guarantee that if you're not doing anything, you're not going to be moving in any direction. I hope that this effort of moving forward is not only one that comes externally, but that comes internally as well, and that you develop into the person that you truly want to be. I want to share with you all one more piece of advice. Last time I came across an article, and just to give you some context, this article was talking about how to be financially successful, but I believe that this advice is applicable to anything you do in life, and it has to do with bravery and intelligence. And the article says that when evaluating these two characteristics, history has shown that more people who are brave have achieved more success than people who are intelligent. And the rationale is actually quite simple. It is that if you're not brave enough to face your goals or face the challenge that is in front of you, then you're not going to achieve anything. That is a guarantee. Fear has to be the greatest inhibitor. It has stopped people from applying to a specific college, position, or job. It has stopped people from moving to another city, state, or country. It has stopped people from starting their own company. It has ultimately stopped people from pursuing their dreams. But we need fear. It could be argued that without fear, we wouldn't actually do anything. Some of our greatest accomplishments come after moments in which we are filled with fear. That presentation, that job interview, that changed everything. And it's the very harnessing of this fear that leads us to astonishing ourselves. Fear is something that we all experience, but what will differentiate you is how you enable these fears to help you excel. Remember that the perseverance, dedication, discipline, optimism, and all the support that we have received, we have accomplished so much, and we are fortunate to be here today, celebrating our great achievements. Again, congratulations, class of 2019. Enjoy this day. You have earned it.
Thank you, Joseph. I'll be sure to cry right along with you guys as soon as I get my final grades. Next, I'd like to welcome our keystone speaker, Miss Marissa Torres. Before graduating SF State, Marissa was the president of the CBSA for 2 terms and performed undergraduate research with Dr. Weiming Wu and Dr. Pete Palmer. Since graduating, she has gone on to get her Master's of Science in Biological Chemistry at the University of Michigan and is currently working to be an educator through Sacramento State University. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Marissa Torres.
So before I get started, I just want to thank the officers of CBSA. In case you don't know, CBSA is headed by a small group of student officers who on their own organized and prepared this graduation ceremony. It has been a while since I was in their position, but I remember it being just so much work. And despite that, it is clear they have done a wonderful job this year. So let's just congratulate them real quick. So when I was 18, I, like many other students, moved away from home to attend college. And similar to a lot of 18-year-olds, I had no idea what I was doing. My mom never went to college, and my dad went to a non-traditional college later in life. So while they supported all my decisions, they had no idea what I was getting into either. In fact, I came to SFSU as an undeclared major with no real idea of what field of study I wanted to pursue. Most people in my family worked very tangible jobs like construction and sales, and they were successful despite no college education. So trying to figure out which degree would set me up for success was a journey. As one of the first people in my family to go to college, I felt the pressure to be successful. But again, I had no idea what that was supposed to look like. So at the end of my first year of college, I found myself forced to declare a major. Spurred by a good experience with chemistry in high school, the notion that science equaled success, and honestly, the fact that it just sounded really cool, I decided to major in biochemistry. This offhand decision was the best I've ever made, because academia is not made for many of us to succeed. But this department does its best to help us and you make it here today to graduation. One of the things I learned from my experience in this department is that community is everything, and it's something that you have to cultivate no matter where you go. It's easy to sit back and to not connect with your peers when you're struggling with a full workload, class schedule, and just life. But making these connections was a key component to my success at SFSU. I was first drawn in to connect with my peers through events hosted by CVSA. Having a department association that was so involved gave me a safe place to network with my peers and faculty and provided a sense of familiarity that I missed living away from my own family. Whether it was through pancake lunches, holiday meals, bowling night, or ski trip, there was always an event that cut through the stress of school. The camaraderie I felt when I was a student is something I have not encountered since I left either. Sharing a common struggle can bring a group together. And let's be honest, when you're first studying for OChem or you're making it through a PChem assignment, you are really feeling that struggle. Working on lab reports in Thornton Hall 808 or studying in the basement of the library with a group of my classmates is what turned them from my peers to my friends. I've reflected on why we were all so supportive of each other, and I think it's because so many of us were non-traditional students. Whether we were coming back to school later in life, returning as a veteran, or navigating college as a first-gen student, none of us really fit the mold of what a college student or scientist was supposed to look like. Even though we all came from different backgrounds, this shared experience of being just left of the mold is another aspect that bonded us together. Only by relying on each other for support were we able to succeed. It is important to note that this aura of support would not have been possible without the support of the faculty. We truly got the best of both worlds by being a part of the chemistry department here. Because while SFSU is a larger school, we are a smaller department that allows for us to actually interact with our faculty. Instead of being just names on a list, we are realized individuals. This was most prominent in how the faculty taught their classes. When I went to grad school, my cohort lamented about making it through their lower division leader classes and how difficult it was to even breach their programs. When I heard these stories, all I could think was how unfortunate. Because while the material of our classes may have been difficult and felt crushing at times, it was always taught with empathy. The point of our lower division classes was not to weed out the weak from the rest, but to lay the foundation for a promising education. What I've come to appreciate most about how the faculty approached my education was that the classes were always taught to be accessible. Never once was I made to feel like I didn't belong in that course of study. The mission statement of this department is to not only educate students in the principles of chemistry and biochemistry, but to also inspire students from all backgrounds to pursue scientific careers with curiosity and diversity. I've talked a bit about success and how at first I didn't know what that meant or what that was supposed to look like. But what I've learned through this program is that success does not look like one given thing. Success is you doing your best with what you have been given and taught. No matter where you come from, you sit here today the product of a special experience. While you have been trained in the basics of chemistry, you have also been trained in so much more. To adjust problems through a scientifically literate lens, to foster your own community, to ethically apply your scientific skills, and to engage with others. As long as you continue to apply these skills, wherever that may be, you will be successful. And let me rephrase that. You will continue to be successful because class of 19, you have made it. Let this graduation be not only a celebration of what you have accomplished, but of what your future may hold. And so, before I go, I have just one more piece of advice to share with you that I learned while here. And that's that a chemistry joke is the best and worst kind of joke that you will ever hear. So, congratulations class of 2019. You are all like a cylinder because you are about to be graduated.
Thank you, Marissa, for those inspiring words. Let's give Marissa another round of applause. We would now like to welcome our undergraduate students to receive their diplomas, and we'll begin with Dean Domingo and Dr. Keister Baird. They give you an index card with their, oh, I'm supposed to read that. Zaid Amari. Salam Al-Said. Alex Seifan. Marcus Malone. Peter Andrues. We would now like to invite Dr. Adelstein to stand. Eduardo Lopez. Karen Nguyen. Jasmine Cabrera. Chamara Stancil. We would also like to invite Dr. Coleman. Edson Fernando Rodriguez. We would like to also invite Raymond Esquera now. Sita Chandrasekhar. Juliet Gonzalez. Donovan Ruiz. Now we would like to invite Dr. Gassner up. Patrick Chen. Josephine Francis Panlucky. We would like to invite Toriosa now. Oh, whoops, sorry, my bad. Anne Rochelle Toriosa. Huang Li. Cynthia Akini Sprout. We would also like to invite Dr. Kuhn now. Martha Angelica. Marilyn Roman. Lupe Ramirez. Bruce Lee. Alex Liu. Alan Solis. We would like to invite Dr. Manning up to the stage now. Kyle Johnson. Kamalajit Singh. Zoa Karimi. Luis Valdos. Dr. Palmer, it's your time. Oscar Robert Nolan Luna. Nancy Nguyen. Juan Sida. Cassandra Casillas. Din Ho. Brendan Boo. Carly Zahuri. Jared Davis. Joshua Gonzalez. James Lee. Dr. Wu, come back up to the stage, please. Madison Knapp. Dr. Barry? Wait. Oh, hello. This is now starting the master's students. Jessica Dao Pham. Dr. Anderson. Sorry. A little bit slower. Brian Dominic Kelleher. Dr. Adelstein. Amy Wong. Dr. Scarab, can you stand up now? I'm not actually from this club. Austin Murchison. Jasmine Sims. Dr. Manning, can you stand up? Diana Mars. Dr. Wu. We invite you to the stand or whatever. Here. Teresa Ortega. Mingwei Yang. Helen Garcia. And last but not least, Joseph Gonzalez. I'd now like to welcome up our department head, Dr. Teester, for a closing statement. Dr. Teester.
So good morning, everyone. Great morning, everyone. So as Ryan mentioned, my name is Dept Jr., and I have the honor of serving as the chair of the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry at San Francisco State University. Today, we have been celebrating the academic achievements of the class of 2019, and it's not falling on me to bring us home. You have heard a lot of wonderfully inspiring and insightful words from inspiring and insightful people. And I honestly feel like there isn't much that I can add to make this a more meaningful event. So a lot of what I have prepared to say may sound redundant, but just know that I mean every word and that it comes from the heart. I don't know any other way to speak to you. My speech shouldn't be more than 45 minutes, so you don't have too long to wait before you continue the party and celebrate with your families and friends. I've been at San Francisco State for 17 years, and this is the 5th time I've stood before the graduating class to give a closing address. And every time, the first thing I can really think about is, can I relate to these younger people? I mean, I graduated from college before most of you were even born. And I know this because when I sign your graduation applications, I can see your birthdays from the transcripts. So your college experience was very different than mine in a lot of ways. You face different problems and challenges. You live in a society with different social norms. And in many ways, sadly, you were having to deal with situations, circumstances, and attitudes that I thought, or at least hoped, we had begun to distance ourselves from. So So what could I possibly say that would be meaningful, let alone inspirational? For all the changes that have happened between my graduation and now, I'm willing to bet that there's one thing that probably hasn't changed. I'm willing to bet that no matter how excited you are to be finally graduating, that for many of you, there's at least a little bit of fear or trepidation about what this graduation actually means. Questions may pop into your head like, what do I do now? Or maybe, I don't really feel like a chemist or a biochemist. Should I be graduating? Or how about, I got into graduate medical, dental, pharmacy school, but I don't know how. Am I ready? Or possibly, I'm just sick of school. I don't know what I'm doing next, but I can't do this anymore. Or even, I have this degree, but I'm not really sure how much I like this stuff. Could I just waste my time and money? So am I a little bit right in some way? A little bit? Yeah? Okay. Maybe that's not the case for you, but those were thoughts that went through my mind every time I graduated. When I finished my BS in chemistry and was on my way to graduate school, I didn't know if I was ready because I didn't feel smart. I didn't feel dumb or incompetent, but I didn't feel what I thought smart should feel like. There were other classmates of mine who I felt truly earned the honor of that label, but not me. Still, everyone was calling me that word, so I did my best to act the part. But I didn't believe it, and that's true. When I started graduate school, I remember thinking and being so excited, thinking that I can't believe when I finish, I'm going to be smart as Dr. McGinnis. Dr. McGinnis was the most terrifying chemistry professor that I had as an undergrad. And after all, if I finished, we would have the same degree, right? The PhD. So if I got the PhD, I would have to be smart like him. My first year of graduate school, I failed a class. And I don't mean that I didn't do well, because in graduate school, you can't get a C. I got a straight up F on my transcript. For the first time in my life, I failed a class. All my life, I had been the smart kid. My whole identity was tied into academic excellence. I felt like a fraud that had been exposed. I was thinking, they did it. They found me out. I can't fool anyone anymore. They know I'm not smart. They legitimately could have kicked me out of grad school, but I had some angels in my corner, and they didn't. So fast forward 4 more years, and I was conferred my PhD in biochemistry. But when I graduated with that degree, I have to still say I didn't feel like I knew as much as I was supposed to. I didn't feel like I was Dr. McGinnis's equal. I felt like I wasn't worthy of that degree. I wasn't sure that I represented what I thought that degree meant. So in 1998, I moved to San Francisco for postdoctoral training at UCSF. There I was surrounded by even smarter people, and I really felt like I did belong. I was depressed. I was questioning the decisions I made. I was questioning my worth and my value. I wondered if I was fooling myself, thinking that I could walk among these people as equals. I felt emotionally and psychologically drained. I felt beaten. I don't know exactly when or how it happened, but somewhere in that period, I realized that I felt so unaccomplished. I felt so much like an imposter because I was defining my worth and my value using other people's dictionaries. I was waiting for something out there to happen to make me believe that I was worthy. I was waiting for something to happen that would make me be like them, those people who I thought I should be like, instead of working on the me that I felt that I should be. So I spent a lot of years just letting life happen. unconsciously waiting for that magical event that will make me feel real. During those dark days, I started asking myself, why am I doing this? What's the point? That evolved into, what's my purpose? And that led to, do I have a purpose? And that led me to making the decision, the choice, the consciousness to decide that I do have a purpose. I am here for a reason. And graduates, I'm here to tell you that my purpose is you. I truly believe that my continuous journey through self-doubt, and don't be fooled, it's ongoing, all right? The struggles in academia, the feeling of not belonging, the questioning of my choices, all that was laying the foundation for me to be here at San Francisco State for you. I can say that with confidence because I've had conversations with many of you, and I've seen parts of myself through those conversations. I feel a connection with you, and I'm proud and honored to have been a part of your journey. Enough about me, let's talk about you. So those who have taken a class with me know that I like to use analogies. All right, so Joseph, you heard this before, so you can cover your ears if you want. Let's think of life as a container of some sort. No matter how big that container is, it can only hold a finite amount. What's important is to know that you can define that container. Now, I say you can think of it as a volumetric flask or a graduated cylinder. Don't start growing. All right. Now, some of you in the audience may be a little lost, so I'm going to ask these honored guests to help you out a little bit. How many marks are on a volumetric flask? Just the one, right? It's like a finality. It's that one mark that lets you know when you reached your goal. You can keep adding to the container, and you don't know how much you have in it until you hit that mark. And if you go past it, it's become useless. That one mark is the only useful one, and it defines the whole purpose of the flask. Do you want to have one event in your life define your whole container? Are you searching for that one thing that you will make your life valid? For a lot of my life, I was treating it like a volumetric flask, just filling it with stuff, hoping I hit the mark. Now, a graduated cylinder, on the other hand, has many graduation marks, and no one is inherently more or less important than the other. Each one simply lets you know where you are or to what degree you have filled the whole container, and you decide if it's enough or not. You don't have to hit any specific mark for the cylinder to be useful because it has many, and they all contribute to the purpose of that container. Are you viewing your life like it's a volumetric flask, where you don't hit some specific mark you consider useless? Or are you viewing it like a graduated cylinder where all marks are important and every event is meaningful? For the biochemist, we can look at life as a metabolic pathway, right? Yeah. Every pathway has irreversible steps, but are those steps truly irreversible? Under a given set of conditions, yes, but there are always workarounds and alternate routes. If you think what you've done so far, good or bad, has put you in an inevitable and unidirectional path, you are so wrong. The conditions can change, or more importantly, you can change the conditions. You can find alternate routes. In life, there are very few truly irreversible steps. Your fate, good or bad, has not been determined. And just as individual metabolic pathways don't happen in isolation, they impact the work of others to keep you alive, right? Your path isn't affecting only you. Your choices and your decisions can impact others and how they travel their paths. So how does all this relate to the uncertainty that I said that I felt and you may be feeling about graduation and the future? I hope you can think of this as a mark on the graduated cylinder that is your life. It is one of the many, and the container is not full. It is an indicator, a significant indicator, of what you have poured into your life up to this point. But you can and you will add more. I hope that you will use your journey to San Francisco State to work towards finding and fulfilling your purpose, or finding and fulfilling your calling. I hope that you will be true to yourself. Don't define yourself with other people's dictionaries. I hope you'll continue to learn and allow yourself to change from what you learn. To paraphrase the great heavyweight boxer Muhammad Ali, the person who views the world at 50 the same way they did at 20 has wasted 30 years of their life. In closing, I'd like to say, as you live your life, live your life. Live it according to your personal truth. If you do, I truly believe that what will happen is you'll become the best version of you. Through your education, you gain knowledge, you become empowered, you develop skills. Use that in intellectual growth. Use that power. Use them to do more than just pay bills. Believe it or not, you're privileged now. You've already lived someone else's dream. Someone is already looking to you for inspiration. Someone is already looking to you as an example of what they can do. A sense of purpose is what will get you through those difficult times when they come for you. But your job is what you'll get paid to do. What you're calling, that's what you're made to do. Your calling, your purpose right now might not be totally clear. It may be very deep, but trust me, you can find your calling in here. So as you go forth to do great things we know you can do, don't be afraid of the future. Be true to yourself, and your path will become clear to you. Thank you, and congratulations. So we have one more piece of business to do before we're all done. So with the candidates for Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Master of Science degrees in the field of chemistry and biochemistry, please rise. After having satisfied all the requirements and meeting the expectations set forth by the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry at San Francisco State University for the BA, BS, and MS degrees in biochemistry, we, the faculty, please rise, of the department acknowledge and congratulate you on your achievement. Please turn your tassels from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, graduating class for the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry.
For the students that are still here, we have one more thing that we would like to do. Students, would you please come over to the, whatever this thing's called? Stage, yeah, there you go, thank you. Please come up to the stage. We would like to take a picture with all of the professors.
Thank you.